Recently, I have joined Hare Krishna movement. My doubt is, can you please briefly explain the character of Dharmaraja and why did he always stick to the Dharma? And also, why does Lord Krishna like Arjuna than any other person in the whole Mahabharata? Dharmaraja, Yudhishthira. If you look at all the Pandavas, the Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, all of them are great pure devotees of Krishna. Now, as far as Yudhishthira Maharaj was concerned, he was born as the son of Dharma himself, Yamaraja. And therefore he was called Dharmaraja. And he was known for his virtuosity, for his in-depth, for his profound knowledge of Dharma and following Dharma also. In fact, it is said that he never spoke a lie until Krishna told him to do so in the Mahabharata. And because he never spoke a lie, it is said that his chariot would never touch the ground. It would always be a few inches off the ground. But during the Mahabharata, what happened? Krishna asked Yudhishthira to speak a lie that Ashwathama had been killed to Dronacharya. And Yudhishthira Maharaj hesitated for a moment. How can I tell a lie? Then he thought, no, Krishna has told. When Krishna has told, then I have to follow that. And he spoke accordingly. But because he hesitated for that few seconds or a split second, how he can follow Krishna's instruction to tell a lie, his chariot came down to the ground. So, Yudhishthira Maharaj is a great beacon of Dharma, of following Dharma, even in the greatest calamity, even in the midst of such a great distressing situation where Draupadi was trying to be disrobed and the Kauravas were insulting them in that assembly. Despite all that, Yudhishthira was steadfast. He would not deviate from the path of Dharma. That is his characteristic. Normally, if you look at devotees are all, they all naturally, their inclination is to stick to the path of Dharma. Asuras, their inclination is to transgress the laws of Dharma as much as possible. If you look at Ravana, Ravana had a question that why do people, if they want to go to Swarga, why do they have to do Punya Karma? The normal process, if you want to go to Swarga, is to engage in Yajna, Dana, Tapasya, various Yajnas here to perform, various Devatas here to appease. And when you accumulate lot of Punya like this, then in your next birth, you can go to Swargaloka. This is the normal process. Now, Ravana thought, why people have to do Punya to go to Swarga? I will build a staircase directly. Whoever wants to go, climb and go. And he started building a staircase. Therefore, he is called an Asura. He does not want to follow the principles of Dharma. He wants to transgress the principles of Dharma. Similarly, you look at Hiranyakashipu. He also became so powerful. He became, because he got a boon which made him almost immortal. He got that boon from Brahma that he would not be killed by any man or any animal or by any devata, not during day, not during night, and etc., etc., etc. And because of that, it became almost next to impossible to kill him. So, he became almost immortal. And now that he had become almost immortal, Hiranyakashipu became very puffed up, and he went and attacked Swarga and occupied the throne and the palace of Indra. And after that, he called Indra and Chandra, Surya and Chandra, the sun god and the moon god. He called both of them and told them, dismissed from service. From today onwards, I will decide. I will directly take care of the rising and setting of the sun and the moon. So according to his whim and fancy, he set his own schedule and started taking care of the rising and setting of the sun and the moon. This is the nature of the Asuras. Asuras do not want to follow the established procedure. Why is Surya Bhagavan sitting there? Why is Chandradeva sitting there? controlling the sun and the moon? Why is Indra sitting there and controlling the Swarga? Because they have all done punya karma to that extent. And according to the punya they have done, they have got those positions of those devatas. If you and I also do similar amount of punya, we can also rule the sun planet or the moon planet in some universe or the other. That option is open for everyone. There is no partiality. It is not that only one person can become Surya, nobody else can become. It's not like that. Therefore, the laws of dharma are made in such a way that there is equal opportunity given to everyone. Just like today, if a chai wala wants to become the prime minister of the country, it is possible, isn't it? The democratic process of the country allows for it. That means every citizen of the country has an equal opportunity to become the prime minister of the country. That is fair. That is a fair way of looking at it. Similarly, Krishna also has created all these rulers of the different planets, all the devatas, lokapalas. They are called lokapalas. They rule over specific planets. And for all such people also, Krishna has created a law of karma by which you and I can also become lokapalas if we wish to. There are certain yajnas you have to do, there are certain tapasyas you have to do. So there is equal opportunity given for everyone. That is the law of dharma. Now, what do Asuras want to do? They do not want to follow dharma. Although they are unqualified, they want to cross over the qualifications which are needed. They want to keep it aside, and although they are unqualified, they want to enjoy that position of being controllers. This is called an Asura. This is the difference in the approach between an Asura and a devotee. Devotee never thinks of transgressing the laws of dharma. Why? Because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Lord Krishna, he has given the laws of dharma. A devotee never thinks of transgressing the laws of dharma because the laws of dharma are given by Krishna. Why should I transgress those laws? Out of devotion for Krishna, he does not. Although a devotee is so powerful, he is not bound by the laws of karma. He is not bound by the laws of dharma. But still, because the laws of dharma are given by Krishna, the devotee follows it. Same way, Yudhishthira Maharaj also, because he is a pure devotee, he never deviated from the path of dharma. On the other hand, you look at Duryodhana. Duryodhana is not a devotee of Krishna. What was he doing? He was always transgressing dharma. Therefore, you have to understand that nature of a devotee is, he will always think, what is dharma? Because if you follow dharma, it will be pleasing to Krishna. Varnashrama charvata purushena parappuman Vishnu raradhyate nanyat tattosha karanam. Tattosha karanam. The reason for pleasing Krishna or Vishnu is to follow the path of Varnashrama dharma. If you follow the path of Varnashrama dharma, it is pleasing to Krishna. It is pleasing to Vishnu. Therefore, a devotee follows. Although the laws of Varnashrama dharma are all material. They are not spiritual. They are pertaining to the material body and to the material world. In the spiritual world you go, there is no Varnashrama dharma. You don't have Varnashrama dharma there. But here, in the material world, because that law of Varnashrama dharma has been created by Krishna, so that people who have punya karma have certain better facilities. Those who don't have so much punya karma cannot have those facilities. But at the same time, those who have less punya, they do punya karma, they can also enjoy the same facilities. Equal opportunity is given to everyone. So, a devotee therefore never thinks of transgressing the laws of dharma. He always feels comfortable following dharma. He follows dharma because it is pleasing to Krishna. On the other hand, non-devotee like Duryodhana or Hiranyakasipu or Ravana, these Asuras, they will not think of following dharma. They always want to break dharma. You look at Arjuna, when the battle of Kurukshetra was starting, in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he was questioning Krishna. Are we really on the path of dharma in fighting this battle? Is this real punya karma, or am I going to incur papa karma on account of fighting this battle? This question did not appear in the mind of Duryodhana. The moment Duryodhana saw the Pandava army, he immediately ran to Dronacharya. He ran to Dronacharya and started talking to him. See, you are a disciple. He has organized such a big army. Where did you teach him? All these kind of things he started. So his whole mood was how to fight and win the war. Whereas Arjuna is not thinking how I will win the war. He is thinking whether it is dharmic, whether it is just, whether it is according to the laws of religious principles for me to fight this battle or not. That is the first question in his mind. He is not thinking of winning or losing. Whereas Duryodhana is only thinking of how to win. This is the difference. So, a devotee naturally is inclined towards following Dharma, and Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was very proficient in the rules and regulations of Dharma, because the rules and regulations of Dharma are very intricate. Sometimes in certain situations, it becomes very difficult to determine what is real Dharma. In that sense, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he had very good knowledge of dharmic principles, and therefore he was acclaimed accordingly. But all the brothers, 5 brothers, if you see, all of them were inclined to follow Dharma only. They never deviated from the path of Dharma. And they would always, in case of any doubt, or whenever they felt they are not sure about what is their dharmic duty to be performed, they would consult Yudhishthira Maharaj, and whatever he would explain, whatever instructions he would give, they were ready to follow. So, it's the nature of pure devotees to always follow Dharma. And as far as Arjuna is concerned, Arjuna was of the same age as Krishna. Yudhishthira was elder to Krishna, and therefore Krishna had a respectful dealing with him. When it comes to Bhima also, he was elder to Krishna, whereas Nakula and Sahadeva were younger. That way, Arjuna was of the same age as Krishna, and therefore they had very friendly terms. And not only that, amongst all the Pandavas, even though they were all pure devotees, Arjuna was on a much higher level of devotional service. He was in Sakya Rasa with Krishna, and therefore Krishna naturally had very friendly dealings with him. And when it comes to Bhima and Yudhishthira Maharaj, they were in the position of elders. So they were more like a paternal affection for Krishna. Oh, Krishna is younger to us. Krishna has to be protected. We have to guide him. Those kind of feelings. And when it comes to Nakula and Sahadeva, they used to look up to Krishna. That Krishna has to guide us. Krishna has to protect us. Whereas with Arjuna, Krishna could freely exchange jokes. Arjuna could share his confidential things in his heart with Krishna like that. So therefore, they had a friendly dealing, being in Sakya Rasa. That's how we understand the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna and the character of Yudhishthira Maharaj.